What's going on, guys? It is CORKSCREW here, and today I am bringing you my personal top 10 worst roller coasters that I have ridden. Now, this list is like filled with not good coasters. I mean, some of the coasters on this list will be better than some of the other coasters. Of course, they'll be lower on this list, but yeah, I do not recommend any of these coasters to any person unless you're a coaster enthusiast or any other person that wants to say like you just rode it, like you've ridden it, or you just wanted to get the credit. I understand that you want to do it, just get it one time and leave. But most of these coasters I do not like. So let's get started. Coming in at the number 10 spot is CORKSCREW. Now, this was a coaster that about 2 years ago when I went to Cedar Point, I thought it was an okay aerodynamic custom looper, just an average one. But then I just went about last summer, and I just didn't get a good ride. It's really rough going through all those elements. I know why they don't want to tear it down, just because it's so iconic. But yeah, this is just a bad coaster, and they should definitely, they should keep it, but it's just still a bad ride. The Vekoma boomerangs are coming in at the number 9 spot, and these are just coasters that, some of them are okay, and the others just not good. I mean, it's just that there are so many of these around all parks. I mean, every single time I go to a park, every single time there's a boomerang there, I was like, oh, there's another one of those here again, and I have to go and ride it. I mean, yeah, just to get the credit, ride it one time. They're just your normal boomerang. It has 6 inversions, goes forward and backwards. Rough headbangers for most of them. Some of them are fine with the good restraints. I mean, Flying Cobras at Carowinds, that has some good restraints, and it's probably the best Vekoma boomerang. But still, these coasters deserve to be at the number 9 spot. At the number 8 spot is ANACONDA at King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. Now, this is a coaster I've heard it's gotten a lot of hate by a lot of people. I only got to ride this coaster once. It was in the front row, and it was really rough. I did not like this coaster at all. It was really a headbanger. The layout makes no sense. The layout is just stupid. The splash effect, that is just dumb. I mean, it doesn't really splash at all. And it's just like a stupid coaster, and I just did not like it at all. A coaster at Carowinds is coming in at the number 7 spot. It is Nighthawk. The only flying coaster I do not like at all. It is so rough. I mean, I only rode the first time I got on this, I rode it and I got off. And I'm never riding that again. Even the last time I went, I didn't even want to ride it because it was so bad. It's a Vekoma Flying Dutchman coaster. Actually, there are 2 others. I've only ridden one of the others. That is Firehawk, and I actually really love Firehawk. And to not love this coaster, I am really disappointed. It's just a rough ride. I do not like this coaster at all. It is just horrible. Coming in at the number 6 spot is a coaster that I actually had I had no idea to make this list. I had no idea this coaster would be this bad. It is Dragon at Adventureland. Now, first of all, don't even get me started on the ride operators. They wouldn't even let me sit in the front seat. But I mean, we're horrible operators. But about the ride, oh man, this is a headbanger. Really rough. Going through those loops and the 2 helixes at the end, it feels like they torture you. It is just a bad ride. This coaster is just insanely terrible. Green Lantern is coming in to the number 5 spot, and this is first a coaster where you would just think it's gonna be a good ride. It looks new. I mean, it doesn't look old. I know people say old coasters are really bad. So yeah, you go and ride this. And it's okay to do the whole ride, but then basically when you get to the end, your head smashes against the train. It hurt so bad. I had a headache. I had a headache for the rest of the day there, it was that bad. And that's the main reason I just absolutely hate this coaster. And it is just like absolutely terrible. I mean, just because of the headache, I just hate this ride. At the number 4 spot is an absolutely horrible coaster. This coaster is Vortex at Kings Island. Just to start off, this coaster is just like absolutely kills your head, just smashes your head against the restraints. It is just horrible. It gives you a headache after it. Every single time I go to Kings Dominion, Kings Island, I just hate this coaster. It just smashes your head around, all around. Inversions are horrible. Layout, it has a good layout, one of the better layouts, but it still is just a bad coaster. And I definitely do not recommend this coaster if you're just a normal person and you're coming to Kings Island. Coming into the number 3 spot is just a coaster that is bad all around. It is Ninja at Six Flags St. Louis. This coaster actually, one company was first making this ride, and then they actually dropped off, and another company had to pick up and finish it and open it. But yeah, that's probably one of the reasons this ride is just trash. I absolutely hate this coaster. The color scheme sucks. It's called Ninja. In my opinion, it does what ninjas do. It beats you up, and that's the perfect thing. Just what this coaster does to you. It just beats you up like a ninja, and that's why this coaster is it gives you bruises. Even this is just a horrible coaster. Just whatever, just horrible. Viper is at the number 2 spot for my top 10 worst roller coasters that I have ridden. Now, this coaster, I can't even say how horrible it is. They should definitely remove it. There are rumors about it going. I hope that is true. I do not like this coaster at all. It's even better than it's even worse than all of the other coasters on this list. It's just a bad ride. Color scheme looks horrible. Even though it is big and has a lot of inversions, it's just a horrible ride. It beats you up just like Ninja and most of these coasters. It's a headbanger. It just bashes your head around, and this is just a not good coaster. Definitely do not recommend riding this coaster at all. If you go to Six Flags Magic Mountain, there are way better coasters Six Flags Magic Mountain to ride. As my least favorite coaster I have ever ridden in my entire life, it is the New York coaster, the Big Apple coaster in Las Vegas. Just to start off, what a crappy layout. It makes no sense. It was made by Togo. The restraints just beat you up. They're horrible restraints. It has a lap bar and a restraint over your shoulders. Some of the worst restraints ever on a coaster. And it has 2 inversions. They all suck. They're horrible. Just all of this ride is just horrible, and it's definitely not worth the money you have to pay just to get one ride. You should definitely not ride this coaster So that wraps up my top 10 worst roller coasters that I have ridden. Some of you may be thinking, wow, why didn't you put Vekoma SLCs on this list? Well, it's and you're saying, thank you because I've been to so many parks. I've actually not been on Vekoma SLC before. Sometimes they were closed. The closest I got to riding Vekoma SLC was in Kentucky Kingdom. I was about to ride T3, and then it closed right when I was about to get on. And that was the closest I've ever gotten to Vekoma SLC. So I'm actually kind of glad about that because I know how bad Vekoma SLCs are. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for way more videos. I have tons planned. And I'll see you guys